Hello builders, and welcome to another video tour of my zoo. This one is our European section. Now, I do apologize, it's been a few days since we've actually uploaded something. Okay, maybe it's been about a week or two, but you know, it takes a long time to build these things in Clan Zoo, especially with the level of detail I like adding to it. So, as you might have suspected from clicking that thumbnail or the title of the video, this is our European section, and we'll be housing all of our European animals. We got the swans and deers and boars and lynxes and all kinds of little fun critters. But without further ado, let's get on with the tour. So we start off by coming from the North American area through this lovely little tunnel I created. And the first thing that treats guests' eyes is this great little village. This generic European village that we've called Villa Rouge after one of my subscribers. First thing guests can do is treat themselves maybe some ice cream or some coffee. They can sit down by the grapevines and enjoy a view of our swans and deer habitat, which we'll get to later in the tour. First, we're just going to do a little fly through the village. This village took quite a while to build. It was about 12 hours of labor to get all the buildings in and decorated. There will be time lapses for these builds going up on my YouTube channel in a little while as well. For these buildings, I used just rustic wall pieces for the bottom to create that stone base, and then limestone that was decorated and colored for the top to make it look like a little bit of plaster. And then we just covered it with wood and a few little decorations here and there, and lots of ivy growing all over the place. On our left here we have Helga's house, named after the founder of Hufflepuff. It wasn't originally planned that way. Just in the middle of the building, I had just randomly chosen yellow and black as the colors, and then someone pointed out that was Hufflepuff house colors, so I leaned into it. I always welcome the input from chat to help influence my builds. So if anyone wants to help influence these builds, feel free to check me out on Twitch and just come in and say hello. Speaking of following on Twitch, here's a little follower board on our right. Anyone who follows will usually get their name up in the park somewhere on one of those boards. So coming over here, just a little keeper area for our keepers to get all their food ready for the animals. And coming across, we can look at our first animal exhibit. This is the deer and swan habitat. We have the red deer and the fallow deer, and of course the swans. This nice relaxing habitat flows over top of the tunnel, and guests can come up this way to look inside the little barn that the deer's doing a little sleeping. Of course, guests don't actually have to come up here to see animals. There's plenty of views from the village where guests can just sit down, relax, and look out over the lake and just enjoy the animals grazing. But let's leave the birds and the deer behind and let's come on over and look at our Ibex Mountain. But first, we're just going to pass over this little information center on our left. And guests can come and learn a little bit more about the animals there. First things guests do on this little Ibex treks, they can walk up and walk right through this beautiful waterfall. Of course, I was against putting the mesh in, but you know, my builders and my lawyers were telling me that we have to put it in. We don't want people walking in and drowning. But I was against this whole mesh from the beginning as a cost-saving measure and for aesthetics. Was that? Oh, yes, okay. My lawyer is informing me that no, I do not want people to drown. Wait, what's this? What's this paper giving me? I'm not reading all this. No, all right, well, I'll read the first line. We at the World Zoo hold your safety above all else. There. You happy? I said it. Get on my face. Look at this. Lawyer's coming here, interrupting my whole tour. Where was I? Okay, yes, Ibex. Look at these lovely little goats having a great time walking up and down these little rock cliffs that we created for them. But leaving this little Ibex exhibit behind, we come this way to look at our little piggies. Okay, maybe not so little. These are the wild boars of the game, and they have the honor of actually being the 100th species I put into the all-animal build of the zoo. And I can tell you, this zoo is starting to tax my computer. 4 months of work at making this giant zoo has really made my computer scream every time I load up the save file. I don't know how much further I can take this zoo with my current computer build, but we'll keep going until I can't do it anymore. And after that we'll move on to some different zoo projects, I promise. But don't worry, this zoo isn't done yet. The new DLC just dropped, so we're going to be building an extension to the European area and putting all the little barnyard animals in right with it. And let's fly right through this forest part of the boar habitat into their barn, and then on the other side we'll come across their mud pit. Look at these little piggies, they're just running all over the place, having the best life right now. If you ever want to decorate a mud pit area, I recommend using the Savannah rocks as I have here. It makes it look like the mud has been spread around everywhere because, you know, pigs are always messy, so they're going to be throwing their mud all over the place. And that Savannah rock is just the right shade to represent that. And right across from piggies, we have our big cats of Europe, the lynxes. Cute little fuzzy ones that they are. From inside this area, you can see their little sleeping area, and as well as a little bit of the exterior. Let's fly right now through here and take a look at this little climbing frame we've created for them to jump around on. This beautiful little forested exhibit is equipped with lots of foliage everywhere, lots of trees for them to climb on, a nice beautiful waterfall and river running through the edge of their habitat, and a little climbing frame here for them to jump around and play on as well. But let's turn around and take a look at the remaining last three animals of this area. They are the foxes, the badgers, and the wolverines. First up is our little badger buddies. I made for them a nice little grassy habitat that they can run around and play in, a beautiful little tree right in the middle for some shade, and a den that they can wander into. The den area is quite fun to build, as I built it from the guest perspectives. Guests can walk into this little underground area, as you see here, and they can look at the sleeping areas for the wolverines, the foxes, and the badgers, all having a good time taking their little naps, at almost eye level with them as well. But flying out here, let's go take a look at the wolverines. Except not this one, that's the foxes, we'll save that one for last. We're just going to tilt this way and show you this big old tree, which is of course the tree that is above the root system you just saw. It's an amalgamation of several tree pieces all merged together to make one big happy tree. And now we come to the wolverines. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ones with the adamantine claws, but we do have the little fuzzy ones. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love putting waterfalls in, and I couldn't help myself, and I ended up adding two waterfalls to this exhibit. Right here and then on the other side. Both of them feeding rivers that go into an underground tunnel system. Where does that water go? No one knows. At least it looks like it's going somewhere. And lastly, swinging around the big tree one more time, we come to the final animals of the European area, the red foxes, doing their little foxy things in their cute little habitat. Because I don't like having flat exhibits, of course in here we make this little plateau sticking up in the middle of their exhibit. Foxes then come up here, they can get these little feeder balls before they head back down towards the water or their little den right down there. The red foxes are by no means the final animal we'll be adding to the European area. With the new Barnyard DLC coming out, we'll be adding a countryside farm area to the side of the European area for guests to come and hang out and pet all the little chickens and cows and all the little cute animals coming out. But hey, now we're nearing the end of the video. I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to leave you with one final flyby of the whole European escape. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check my channel out soon, as I will be releasing a couple time-lapse videos of these creations. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and do all those YouTuber things. That always helps get these videos promoted for more people to see. And if you want to see how we build this, feel free to stop by over on Twitch and give me a little follow. Or join the Discord as well and share pictures of your own creations. With all that said, have a great day and happy building, everyone!